Hello everybody and welcome back. If this isn't your first time watching these videos, if it is your first time, I am Gasol of Sigma of Gasol, and I am an artist running a small business. And as opposed to doing weekly vlogs as I have been doing up to this point, I wanted to start doing videos that were more focused on specific topics like my testing process, how I'm making my decisions, pivoting, searching trends and such. And so this is the first one of these. And what I'm gonna do today is take you through the process of how I'm deciding on the sticker paper that I want to use going forward for my sticker sheets and my die cut stickers. The reason why I'm bringing this up all of a sudden versus, way back is because I've been growing a little dissatisfied with the stickers that I've made so far. And specifically, the backing of these is a little difficult to see. But I've been noticing that with these stickers, I've been having a hard time actually pulling them off without destroying the edges and potentially risking, water damage to them later on. And so I wanted to find a new sticker paper that will help me peel these off much easier and to do sticker sheets with that would be nice to hold in your hands and peel off as you need to. So here I have 6 candidates that I bought from Amazon. One of them is the sticker paper that I currently have, and I'll be listing out the various names. And just to let you know, these are not going to be affiliate links. I'm not even part of that program right now. And so if you click on these links, I don't get anything from it other than the satisfaction that maybe I helped you. As thus, I will be posting all of that information in the description below so you can be your own judge. So here are the 6 different papers that I bought from Amazon for the purpose of experiment, and all of this will be down in the description below. So first off, we have QYH, which is the sticker paper that I've been using so far. It's been okay. A couple of small issues, but I'll get into that later. Then we have Agodio. This one is interesting because they come with bonus paper types, but I'm not going to focus on these guys. I'm going to focus on just a matte stickers. We have Small Smile, Joyosa, Joyosa, I am gonna butcher this name, QWYBKQ, very interesting name. And Paper Plan. Okay, so how am I gonna do this? I want to take it in a very measured approach here. Now, had I been doing this several years ago, maybe there'll be more noticeable differences between all of the sticker papers. However, it's 2024. Things have gotten a lot better in terms of quality control from what I can see. And so I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on the usability and just the ease. I'm going to be focusing more on the usability of the paper from my perspective and from the customer's perspective. The first one that we have here is the control. As I mentioned, I've been using this sticker paper for a couple of months now. It's been doing okay. I did notice that if you leave a paper out of a little transparent bag that it comes in the box, because that transparent bag itself does not provide enough protection. So you have to combine it with the box and preferably something heavy on top of it just to prevent curling, because this does curl kind of bad if you leave it exposed like I did for a while, where I was using a office style tray to hold these paper in. As far as taking these out and using them, I do like that if you feel the paper, there is a noticeable difference between the front side and the back side. So if you work in the dark, like I tend to like doing my prints early morning or late evening, because they're nice, easy work to kind of wake up my brain or shut it down for the night. So if I'm just grabbing stuff out of the drawers, it's pretty easy to know which side you want to put it to the printer. I've had the best luck with printing only 1 or 2 sheets at a time, because I do notice that if you put more than that in one go, it does eventually start to print at a bit of an angle, and that drip can be an issue. So for these die cut stickers, I'm ignoring the actual cut placements here, because for the testing, I did not include some of the modifications that I normally do when I'm in the design studio, like filling in some of the gaps to make sure it cuts more evenly. And I've also had it old cutter mat, which may have been lifting up a little bit, and that's contributing to cut drip, so I'm going to ignore that for now. So as you can see, I do want to note that all of these die cut stickers are normally laminated, but for testing purposes and to control variables, I did not include the lamination. I did make sure that all of these had similar amounts of time to dry and similar amounts of force applied, so they don't curl up too much. You can see how I'm kind of struggling here to actually get it to separate properly. And there we go. It's finally separated. this is the main thing that I'm solving for right now. And here's a sticker sheet. These are in the shop right now, and I do like them very much. When I'm folding these, some of them do not really come up that easily, but when they do, they can come up okay. But here, if you see that, that's a pretty big issue right here, because this is actually the backing of the entire paper, the backing of the entire paper itself, rather than the sticker backing. So you actually have to struggle again to peel it off properly, or find a different angle and hope that it will actually separate properly, which this is not doing. So that's the big reason why I wanted to try to find something new. I will say that this paper is nice from a rigid standpoint. You know, it doesn't feel like it'll just deform right away if you send this in the mail, or, you know, have it around for a while before you decide to stick it on something. So yeah, as you can see, I'm struggling to get any of these off properly. They're all coming off with the backing instead of the adhesive side. So for now, probably not going to continue using this one. Okay, here's the second one from Paper Plan. Overall cut quality seems fine. The nice thing about this is that you can see it's very clearly labeled which side is which. So if you see these, you're not going to be printing on this side. You want to be printing on this side instead. So that's a convenience that I find valuable. Overall, it's kind of a wet rigid, I will describe it as. So that's a negative for me when it comes to the sticker sheets, but we'll check for sure once we get there. For the die cut stickers, I'm gonna just try to peel them open here. Now, I do notice that overall, the paper itself feels like it's less thick compared to the control here. So this is nice, and I didn't have as much issue breaking the sticker. So this is a plus here. I would say this is probably a 7 out of 10 as far as the rigid nature that I would want to go for. I would prefer it to be a little bit stiffer, personally. But breaking these, it does seem like there's still a little bit of a backing problem here. You might get lucky if you peel some of these and they will come out properly. But yeah, this one is experiencing similar issues to QYH for actually getting these to come off properly. So that's the negative. I probably won't be using this. I may make an exception for the die cut stickers if there isn't a version that does both sticker sheets and die cuts well, because being able to peel off the die cuts were pretty nice, I will say. All right, and then we have the QWYBKQ stickers. So here's another die cut. It kind of feels like it's on the thicker side, similar to QIH. And just peel it off here. I'm having some issues as well trying to separate this. So the thickness of a paper may play a role in how easy it is to actually break. So here we are. Much less damage, I would say, compared to QIH. For the sticker sheet, it does feel relatively rigid, which I like. Trying to break them. It does bend a lot, so it's not that easy. You have to get your nails under there and start working away at it. Okay, this one is the first to actually come off without the backing on it, so that's great. Step in the right direction. Some of them do still break with the backing on, so that is a concern. The paper itself, if you look at the back side, there's no markings here. And there's no sticker on it or anything for the transparent to say which side is which. The two sides of this does feel a little bit different, so it is okay. Could be better. Would I use this? Probably not. So we're halfway through now, and we have the Joyeza stickered paper. For the paper itself, it is very droopy, I will say. It doesn't hold its shape at all. And there's no obvious markings on which side is which. The sides do feel pretty similar. However, Joyeza does include a sticker on their packaging that says, okay, this is the side that you want to be using to print with. Now, something that I wanted to note that I didn't on the last couple here is that the Joyas in the paper plan do come in thinner envelopes, so that can be a little easier to take stuff out of. With the QW and the QY, they come in a box, but they are packed pretty tightly, and so you may have to take the entire packaging out in order to break the first couple of sheets for printing. So that's something to keep in mind. Obviously, with this one being not as rigid as the others, it's not as subject to the curling issues. But for what I've seen with all of these, you do want to make sure that you only feed your printer 1 or 2 at a time, just to avoid print drift. Alright, for the die cut sticker here, let's see how it fares. Struggling a little bit to break it. And there it goes. So a bit of an effort to break the die cut stickers. Interestingly enough, this one does break right away, so that's reassuring. The stiffness of the material leaves some to be desired for these, because as you can see, it's very clearly bending when being held, and I would prefer it to be, relatively stiff. Would I use this? Probably not. Alrighty, for the next one, we have a small smile. No obvious markings for what's the front and what's the back. Here's a tricky bit. The sides feel the same, so you would have to test this in order to figure out which side is which. I'm taking a look at the packaging. They do include a sticker that says which side is which. This one comes in a envelope format. So try to break the sticker here. I am struggling a bit, unfortunately, but there it goes. So it's a little bit easier to break the die cut stickers compared to the control. Okay, this is a bit of a problem to me. It's been laying like this for a while and it's curling this much. So I'm not too happy with that. I'm trying to break these stickers. Gotta get your nails in there, but it does come off. This one is kind of a strong contender, but I'm not too pleased with the curling here. If I were to do this, I probably need to make sure this is in a container with the weight on it. It is stiffer, which is one of my positive criterias here. And finally, we have a deal. This one is the one with the bonus stickers, and it comes in a envelope format. There isn't any special markings on either side. Can't really tell the difference between the sides on feel. But the packaging does mark which side is which. So here's the die cut. Let's break it. This one did come off pretty easy, which is nice. And then here's a sticker sheet. I'm just bending it a little bit. You can see it's catching pretty easily. This is nice. It does feel a little bit on the stiffer side, which is something I can appreciate. Overall, this one seems like a pretty good one. So this one I may end up going with in the longer run. It is curling a little bit, so I have to go back over and just see if there's any marginal differences between these. So there you have it. I will say for myself, the ultimate winner of this test will be Deal. And I want to start putting some of these out going forward with other stickers and just get a feel for them over time, because while the testing that I've done here is relatively comprehensive, it doesn't cover like over time. So I could find out, several weeks later that there are some other issues with this particular type of sticker paper. I could see, maybe some of these were tested, but they actually end up feeling a little bit nicer in the long run for the specific cases that I have for them. So I'm keeping my options open, as you should be. And it's always worth reevaluating every so often if something is working for you or not. So that's a key thing that I wanted to take away today. And another time I plan to do the same thing, but with glossy versions rather than the matte version of the stickers. Let's see if there's a real difference between those as well. am figuring out whether I want to go forward with doing more matte stickers or to do glossy vinyl stickers instead, because I had to make this kind of judgment back when I was working on regular paper stickers. And after testing, I decided that going with matte vinyl would be the better option for both me and for you. So that concludes the video for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and let me know in the comments below if you like to see any other type of test. Or what topics would you like me to cover in future videos. Have a good one. See you in the next video.